Dust Little Ponies, Chapter 3, Disappearing Act. Greengrass tried after Snails as he walked through the garden. You certainly have a lot of awesome bugs, Snails said, craning his long neck down so he could look under a petal of a rare blue ant. Where did you get them? Oh, hither and yon, said Greengrass. I have arrangements with companies that collect and breed bugs from various provinces. And of course, I picked up a few myself on occasion. Even went to the Everfree Forest one time to collect some rare West Everfree bumblers. Are those them? Snails pointed to a sleek little bee with rainbow stripes that was slipping between flowers with unparalleled efficiency. I've been looking for some forever. Heard they pollinate flowers 3 times faster than a normal bee, and their honey is sweeter, and they look so cool. Indeed they are, said Greengrass. I find that to make a truly beautiful garden, it's not enough just to have the right flowers or fertilizer. You need to get everything perfect, from the warmth of the light to the bugs in the soil. He reached the pond in the center of the garden. And Greengrass picked up a double hoofful of grapes from a small trellis. He offered them to Snails and did gestures for him to sit on the bench. Now, what brings you here, Snails? Did you just want to discuss bugs? Or are you looking for another game of diplomacy? Snails shook his head, seeming to deflate a little as he did so. No, he said in a sad voice. I just got lost, and I followed a bug in. Lost? Prompted Greengrass. While he was thinking of a way to prevent other ponies from trailing bugs into his garden. I hope enemies don't know about that one yet. The full 9. I was really upset because Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon said I'm going to get traded in for an Lua because my warranty's going to expire and I'm dumb and ugly and not good at anything at all. And the new full models have wings and good dolls are totally awesome. So I ran away but got lost and now Raindrops is really mad at me and she'll want to return to me if also gives a crummy gift certificate. Greengrass had, as a noble, made himself understand the most complicated and arcane pieces of legislation. He had written documents that used every trick of the equestrian tongue to mean precisely the opposite of what they seemed to say. He was a master of manipulating the most confusing jargon of legalese. Yet even he had to say, I'm sorry. I don't think I understand. Your warranty is expiring. Snails repeated his story a few times until Greengrass got the gist of it. When he did, he settled back and gave Snails a sympathetic look. I see, he said. Sounds like quite a problem. It is, said Snails, spreading his forehooves wide as he reared back on his hind hooves. I want to be a good brother. I don't want to get traded in for a new model, he gulped. When I got a better butterfly net, my mom threw the old one out. I don't want to get thrown out with the other bad brother, and I don't want to be a bad brother even if I don't get thrown out. Greengrass put a hoof to his chin as he was seriously considering the problem. You know that fools liked it when adults treated their problems with the same gravity and concern they treated their own. Now that he's calmer, I can figure out why he's here. And hopefully I can do it relatively soon. I do have gardening I'd want to get to. I have errands. Why does the train station have to lose my packages on the most inconvenient days? More importantly, I don't want Raindrops to show up and think I touch snails. Little will probably exile me for that, or just have Raindrops throw me off a Canterhorn. Now I can't explain to him that the idea of returning a foal is absurd. He thrives on absurdity. He's a foal, but I go along with it. Snails, he said, something occurs to me. You look a bit dusty. He tilts his head quizzically. Did your sister give you a bath before bringing you into town today? No. Did she comb your mane, style your tail, shine your hose? No. Why would she do that? Greengrass grinned. Well, Snails, it seems to me that if your sister really wanted to trade you in, why does she restore you to original mint condition? She wanted to make you look as good as possible so she could get the best possible replacement. Isn't that right? Snails winked. I guess so, but... Also, did she bring your baby clothes? No, she didn't bring anything. Why, that's even better. Snails, don't you know that you can't return a foal unless you include the original packaging? The gardener smiled. She'd never try to get rid of you without those. Snails smiled a moment before pausing. Yeah, but what if she lost my baby clothes that she couldn't bring them with, and if she still doesn't want me, she might try to get something from me even without my packaging. Yes, that is a concern, but... Greengrass flashed an easy smile. I've got it. Snails, when your sister packed to go today, did she take your original receipt? Receipt? Yes, receipt. Foals are very expensive and often finicky. Nobody would ever order one without hanging on to the receipt in case of manufacturer's defects or other problems. And I'm sure you know you can't return anything without his receipt. I know, I tried to return my little brother a couple of times, but no! They say they don't want a dragonborn Karen! Whip you! Love you, little bro. That's true. There you go. Clearly she has no intention of returning you. Now you have nothing to worry about. He goes back onto his host. Now that's all. I can take you back. But, Snails paused. I mean, even if she doesn't want to return me right now, are I still a bad brother? Now it's Greengrass's turn to pause, one eye flicking toward a water clock in the corner of the room as he did so. The foal was more depressed than he thought. His rain would probably take another hour to work through the foal's troubles and get through to him. Greengrass didn't have an hour. He had no desire to be blamed by raindrops for abducting the foal, and the odds of that grew with every moment. Greengrass knew that other ponies, even other nobles, would make a different choice. Baron Max, for example, would probably clear his schedule and work with snails until the foal was fully convinced of his own self-worth, whatever the consequences later. That was the kind of pony he was, but Greengrass was not that kind of pony, and no longer even claimed to be. He wouldn't risk looking like he once again attacked the elements just to help out snails, especially when he had nothing to gain from it. I'm not going to risk getting stung unless I have an actual chance at some honeycomb. So once again, he acted as if giving the question some serious thought. He then said, well, I don't think that's true. After all, your sister seems a little love you very much. She wouldn't love a bad brother. Can we go ask her? Snails frowned. Oh, can I stay with the bugs a little longer? Sorry, Snails, but I am busy today. And besides, he knelt by Snails as if confiding a secret. If I keep you here, your sister might think I stole you away, and then come looking for me because she misses you very much. And as she found us, she kicked her with her hoof. You mind a kick? Knocked my head right off Canterhorn. You wouldn't want your friend Greengrass to get his head knocked off Canterhorn, would you? Salesman's a giggle, though much younger than he usually laughed. No! All right, then. I'll take you back to the Insectarium and have the Dustin start looking for your sister, okay? Snails died. He didn't look happy exactly, but more or less content this would last until Greengrass could return to his sister, or another adult, which would be sufficient for Greengrass's purposes. I'll go to the Insectarium, drop him off with a Dustin, then return here. That's my best option. Just waiting for Snails to follow, he headed up out of his garden. Hello, Dewey, it's me, Black Cherry. Cherry Lee grinned as she knocked on the door of the old house. It was a stately structure in the middle-class part of Canterlot. A nice old house with a fresh coat of white paint and a big tree in the front yard that was perfect for climbing. She smiled to herself, knowing fully well what kind of adventure she'd been prepared for behind those walls, what routes had been planned, and what supplies stored up in preparation for another run past Equestrian or Kingdom border patrols. Yoo-hoo! She laughed again. Duty up and up has been ages. A smile came to her face, unbidden, as she thought back to their last adventure. Duty and Cherry laughed merrily as they laid amidst the remains of one of Ben's favorite counselor's silver-plated battle wagon. It reminds me not to let you handle the diplomacy next time, said Duty, a cream-colored earth pony with a frizzy red mane. Despite her words, there was no malice in her voice. You just had to tell us the general Amicio to excited to get called us. Oh, yeah? Well, you were the one who tried to drag race that Elkin track squad out of the country. Sure, only because you ticked off the Hippogriff ambassador, and we had to beat the fast exit. Well, yeah, because he gave you guff about your mane. It's too awesome a mane for some stuck-up featherbrain to insult. The two burst into laughter again as they looked down to the quiet field. So, any idea how we're getting this sire back to Equestria? Asked Shirley at last. Then he reached back into the records and grabbed 2 balls of sire. As he went to Shirley, she said, well, I know a pony who knows a capital wagoner. Bring yourself back to the present. Shirley realized she had been waiting for a rather long while. Judy, Shirley called. Are you there? She touched the door and swung open. The teacher froze. Judy always locked up, she knew. It came from long experience with hauling goods one was not supposed to have. Something was definitely wrong. Lounging around, Shirley quickly eased her way into the house and shut the door behind her. A faint stench instantly hit her nose, falling into the kitchen. She saw a jug of milk that, by its smell, had just started to go bad. Judy drank raw, unpasteurized milk, Shirley knew. That kind of milk spoiled very quickly, but it had probably been out for the last few hours. Judy was always meticulous. She wouldn't leave milk out to spoil. Why? Shirley quickly searched the house, found no pony, and also noted that nothing seemed to be missing. Jewelry, bank books, and valuables were all present in various places. In fact, absolutely nothing turned over or opened, so it didn't seem like there was even an attempt at a robbery. Besides, she's been out of the smuggling business for ages now. She doesn't have anything valuable to take except for money that's in her bank, so why would any pony attack her? Also, nothing's broken. I know Judy. She was strong. Probably put up a decent fight against Big Mac. If she were attacked, wouldn't there be some kind of struggle? Puzzled, she returned to the kitchen. Okay, she took the milk out. Now she was grabbed by some pony. Maybe she laughed. What if something happened since she just fled? That explained why nothing's been taken and there were no signs of combat. Unfortunately, though, that does raise other questions. Was he afraid of something? So afraid she just bolted? Shirley sat down in front of one of the kitchen chairs and spoke aloud to herself. If she did run, where would she go? She wouldn't just leave, because any pony who could trace her here could probably trace her if she went to a train station or chariot stand. She doesn't have any hideouts in the city, at least that I know of. She thought back to what she knew of Judy's smuggling career. Whenever she got caught, her first move was never to just run for it. She's smart. She made plans. She nodded to herself. Right. Her first step was always to get a new set of papers. She's right now, I bet she tried that again. And, if he's still in business, I bet knew who she went to get him from. She rose to her hooves. She had an idea where Judy had gone, and as she had done it, run away. Shirley could go and collect the other knights. Then she would pursue, and if Judy was in trouble, she would make it right. Carrot Top, head buzzing after a few lectures on breeding farming bugs, wanted to the main hall of the museum to get a drink of water, and bumped into a banana-colored friend. Hi, Raindrops. Hi, Raindrops smiled as he looked at the exhibit on Cloud Ants. Think it'd be a fun prank to leave a few of these guys for Rainbow Dash? Carrot Top chuckled. Probably shouldn't risk it. But snails. Still in the playpen. Carrot Top glanced out the window. It's been a while. Well, he has to be here, Raindrops said. I mean, he wouldn't leave. Are you sure? Asked Carrot Top. Yes, I mean, you better not wander down to Carrot Lot, snapped Raindrops. If you see him, better not let him. Carrot Top raised the hoof and flagged down Dustin. Have you seen a young colt with an orange coat, green mane, and staff for a kitty book? The Dustin nodded. I think I saw a photo like that. He was talking to two Earth Pony fillies, a pink-coated one and a gray-coated one. And later I just saw the two of them, so I figured he left. You let him leave? The foals turned and watched his Raindrops back to dust up against the wall. The voice seemed to fill the room. How could you? Raindrops, we'll find him! Hissed Carrot Top, sticking her head between Raindrops and the scared Dustin. This won't help! Raindrops shut her eyes and forced herself to take 3 deep breaths. Right. Anchor clear, flying seals now. You better hope he doesn't get hurt. She growled to the Dustin and ran to the door. Carrot Top chased her down, just outside the Sagittarium. Don't worry, we'll find him, Carrot Top said. He probably wanted to a candy shop or something. What if he got lost? Raindrops galloped towards the outside gate, leaving Raindrops to Carrot Top to race after her. Or hurt, or some stupid criminal come! Let's have the guards put out a missing phone report. Raindrops' eyes narrowed. If any pony hurts my brother, she said, I'm going to! She burst through the museum's front gate and almost ran over green grass. Her eyes flashed over his face, and she opened her mouth to snap about him. Then she saw snails riding on his back and almost skied into a pod plant by the entrance. Dame Raindrops, said Greengrass. Glad I found you. I believe you misplaced some pony. Carrot Top helped Raindrops up. Hi, Duke. Oh, need for formalities amongst its old friends. Just call me Greengrass. The Duke beamed. But anyways, I believe you'll be wanting your brother returned to you, Dame Raindrops. Snails! Called out Raindrops. Why are you at Greengrass's back? He was too short. Sorry to see you over the crowd, so he had me sit up here so I could look for you, said Snails in a listless tone. Greengrass frowned. Yes, thank you, Snails. Now, if we're done critiquing my height... I don't care about your height! Snapped Raindrops. What are you doing with my brother? Is this some scheme of yours to get more influence in the court? The weatherman approached Greengrass. Because if it is, I could be in Luna's office in an hour. She'll ship you to napalm. Sorry, Dame. I have much better things to do with my time these days than plan some scheme involving you or your brother. Greengrass knelt and helped Snails get off his back. He wandered to my home. I fed him and returned him. That is all. Raindrops looked at Snails. Snails, what really happened? Snails looked at the ground. I'm sorry I ran away, he missed. Thank you, Mr. Greengrass, for bringing me back here and giving me a snack. Raindrops paused, then turned back to Greengrass. What else were you feeding him? Explaining his weaknesses, maybe? He was a lot sadder now than he was. Oh, look, would you rather I kicked your brother back out into the abandoned warehouse district? I'll make a note for next time. I'd rather you were a total bastard than maybe I could trust. I am not one whose little sibling believed I was to return him to a manufacturer for an upgraded model, Dame. I don't... Hi! Both parties turned to Carrot Top. I mean, maybe we could talk about this later? Not in public? He dropped her voice. Away from Snails. Of course, Greengrass straightened himself. Dame Raindrops, I returned your brother to you in the same condition I found him. If you have complaints about his mood, I suggest you speak to his school companions. As for myself, I have other things I must do today. Like what? Demanded Raindrops. Well, for starters, I must purchase some groceries, buy some gardening supplies, meet with a pony to discuss investment opportunities, and collect my mail. I received notice yesterday that a shipment of gardening tools from Calabrata was misplaced somewhere in the train station, so I must find it. Then there's gardening, weeding, and watering. I'm sure Dame Carrot Top understands. He turned his hoof and said as though of sarcasm. Also, incidentally, I received a fortune saying that today will be the worst day of my life so far. So I must prepare for that. So unless you wish to experience it with me. No way, said Raindrops. Worst day of your life, repeated Carrot Top. So far, said Greengrass. Good, said Raindrops. Greengrass ignored this. So if you excuse me, I must get on with that. Good day, dames. Snails. Bye, Mr. Greengrass. Remember Snails as the noble walked off. Raindrops almost immediately knelt by Snails. Hey, Snails, talk to me. Are you okay? You're mad at me, aren't you? I'm worried about you. What happened in there? Greengrass mentioned your schoolyard companions. Did the bullies... Simon Tiara and Silver Spoons wanted you to return me and get a better little brother, said Snails. And Greengrass told me that didn't make sense. Then I asked why you didn't want to return me. He didn't have a good answer. Greengrass is good at tearing things down, said Carrot Top. But he doesn't know how to value things. Just because he can't see your value. But I can't see it either. Snails looked to his sister. I mean, you really don't want to return me, right? No! Snail stared into her eyes. Why not? Raindrop sputtered. Because you're kind, loving, caring, friendly foal. All foals are those things. Snail sat down on his butt. You're a big hero. You're wonderful. You could get any little brother you wanted. You could get a really good one. One that's good at sports, is smart, and has good manners. Doesn't forget about mowing the lawn because he's teaching his fire to do backflips. Raindrops looked helplessly at Carrot Top. How about we get an ice cream or something and talk this out, okay? You like ice cream. What flavor do you want? Snail shrugged. Whatever. Look, bro. Raindrops! Carrot Top! The two knights turned to see Tara Lee trying toward him. I'm hoping you're having a better day than we are, said Carrot Top. We've had... There's a problem. Duty's gone. I think somebody scared her off. Shirley's eyes narrowed, and I saw this notice on the way back. She passed him a copy of the warning about the escaped prisoners. It included pictures and descriptions of the Luca brothers of Soleil. I think they're connected. How? Asked Carrot Top. The mob tried to cut off some of Duty's supplies a few times. She managed to get their soldiers thrown in jail, and the Dons broke out and explained why she ran. She paused. Well, she's that kind of danger. Running won't be enough. We need to find her. Raindrops looked between Charlize through the withdrawn Snails. Can't we just ask the guards? And tell them what? That one of my friends wasn't home? They don't know how unusual it is for her to miss an appointment. They won't start an investigation over that. And we need to wait a few hours to find a missing pony report. Cheerily glanced around. Besides, have you noticed there aren't that many guards around here today? I think they're sleeping for the escaped prisoners. By the time we get enough of them to protect Dewey, she could already be hurt. We have to rescue her! Raindrops listened at first, refusing, but Snails pointed out, I don't want another pony to get hurt because you stick with me instead of doing nice stuff, he murmured. Cheerily heard the sad tone and was satisfied in an instant. Did something happen? Diamond tiara, silver spoon, and apparently green grass, said Raindrops. The first two lied to him that he's worthless, and now I want a new brother or something. And green grass, well, he brought him back, probably so he wouldn't get in trouble. But apparently he didn't care enough that Snails was depressed to do anything about it. Cheerily immediately wrapped Snails into a big hug. Snails, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I'm fine. No, you aren't. Raindrops turned to Cheerily. Look, I want to help your friend. Really, I do. But I'm not taking Snails somewhere he might get attacked by mafia thugs. And we can't leave him here because there are escaped criminals walking the streets. Not to mention, the last time we tried that, he wandered into Greengrass's house. Cheerily thought for a moment. Carrot Top, could you watch Snails for a bit while Raindrops and I find Duty? Carrot Top frowned, but said, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Teddy knows these ponies. You both have more experience with this kind of thing than I do. I didn't mean... No, it's fine, Innie. Carrot Top smiled. The Raindrops looked forced. It's important to keep Snails safe, and I can handle that. Come on, Snails. Do you want to go back to the Centenarian? No, Snails shook his head. Diamond tiara and silver spoon are there. Then, I'll hang out with me then. Carrot Top plastered a big smile on her face. I'll show you the bugs wandering around the neighborhood. Sounds good. Snails slowly nodded, then Cheerily nodded too. Alright, the plan is first find Dewey. Then Snails, we're going to talk. You, me, and Raindrops, okay? You're a goofball, and you should understand that. So we'll get some ice cream or something and figure out what's wrong. And how to make it right. Sound good? Snails nodded a little. And until then, can you do me a favor? Can you keep a stiff upper lip and trust that even if you don't know why at the moment, we all think you're a wonderful foal. It would be a privilege to have you as a brother. Okay, Miss Cheerily, said Snails with what might have been a bit of conviction. Where are we going? Asked Raindrops. Dewey will want new papers if she's going to leave town. The best forger in the city is a stallion named Don Arcanor. He'll have seen her, and might have known where she went. Cheerily nodded. Let's go! The ponies moved out into the streets of Canterlot. Don Arcanor lived in a very nice neighborhood. Raindrops waved goodbye to Carrot Top, who would wait for them with Snails at a nearby intersection. They whistled softly as he looked at the building. They were near the castle, and the housing complexes in the area had such ornate styling and architecture so you could practically see the massive rent bills. Well, who could afford these places? Shirley chuckled. Most of the ponies that live in these buildings are non-residential castle servants, lawyers, doctors, craftsmen, and other ponies who serve the court but don't sleep in the castle. Archer's day job is a calligraphy specialist. Whenever something needs perfect partnership, he's your stallion. If he's so close to the court, I'm surprised he wasn't cut yet, said Raindrops. Especially after the gala. What's he like? Well, I never met him personally. Honestly, I heard he's behind his sleeves. But Dewey told me once he's the best in the city. As for why he wasn't caught, Dewey said he doesn't forge for the nobles and doesn't want to be involved in politics. He's strictly a you don't want to fake cases idea, but you're technically banned from the country, no problem kind of guy. Raindrops snorted at that. They got into the complex thanks to Charlie successfully distracting the door guard with a quick story about vandals outside. Raindrops and Charlie took the stairs up 5 floors. Remember, Charlie told Raindrops, we just want to find out where Duty is. Anything else can wait. Fine. Don't know why we're being so nice to a criminal, but it's for Charlie's friend. I trust Charlie. I can handle this. Raindrops and Charlie walked through the hallways of the building. The door was closed, apparently solidly. When Raindrops put a hoof on it, it fell backwards. It knocked from his hinges and propped back up. The two looked back at each other, then entered the condominium. The room was dark with shades drawn tightly, and the lights were off. Evidently been the scene of a great struggle. Most of the furniture in the fourth floor was fast to the center of the floor. Raindrops shuddered. I think we might be too late. This doesn't make sense, murmured Charlie. Even if some point wanted Duty, why wreck on our curse place? How would that help? Maybe Duty was captured here? Asked Raindrops. Maybe, but then where's Dawn? The door in the back room opened up. A figure walked through. It's too dark to make out his expression or face, but he looked like a stallion with an athletic build. Hey, where are you? Charlie was on before he could finish, sliding under his legs and throwing him to the couch. Where's our current duty? She yelled. Tell us! Tell us! I know you aren't Dawn, and you tell me! The stallion hunted his host. You're under arrest for abduction! But Before Charlie could say anything, Raindrops got the windows open as he realized who she was talking to. So he see him briefly at the Grand Gallery Garret. Baron Max and no player. Hello? Max plus Team Charlie. Team Raindrops. The three ponies looked at each other for a long moment. Then Charlie let out a nervous giggle. Alright. I'm sorry for thinking you were abducting any pony. You're okay, right? I've had worse. Max stretched his legs. Why are you here, Dame Raindrops? Dame Charlie. Looking for a friend. Why are you here? I was asked to look for a pony named Fetluxton. He found us out of his house, but his door wasn't locked, so I was suspicious. Arker was one of his contacts, but when I looked up his address and came to visit him, I found this. He just at the destroyed apartment. I was checking to see if any pony was still here when you showed up. You? Same. Since we're looking for a different famous pony. Charlie paused. Wait, there's 3 ponies missing in one day? What do you know about Fetluxton? He was an old stallion. I think he used to be a track star. And he collected articles on a burglar named the Cat-like Cult, and Charlie held up a hoof to pause Max as he thought. What do they have in common? Judy was a smuggler. Arker was a forager. Fetluxton read about a burglar. Oh, wait. Baron, is it possible that Fetluxton might have been the Cat-like Cult? Max frowned. I didn't find any certain proof of that. Just a bunch of trophies and articles. They said the Cat-like Cult stole all kinds of stuff, including the Cantor Trophy. The Cantor Trophy? Charlie grabbed a sheet of paper from the overturned notepad and quickly sketched a picture. Looks like this. Did Fetluxton have this trophy? Max looked at it. Yes, actually. It was a really big one right by his bed. So he's the Cat-like Cult then. Or he used to be, said Charlie. Now he's missing too. Raindrops turned to Charlie. How did you know what it looked like? Oh, I did a sports historian for a while. Charlie nodded slowly. I don't think this is related to Fetluxton or Duty or even Arker. We've got a thief, a smuggler, and a forger. One retired, one reformed, and one still active. They don't know each other. They have nothing in common we know of but the yellow fans. Raindrops, I think some pony is hunting down ponies with criminal records, finished Max. Then what are we going to do then? Asked Raindrops. Charlie slowly shook her head. I have no idea.